The Bond Show. Beautiful people, godly bonds.
And this is the mistake that we do. When we are coming to a blended family, we think about ourselves. I have come from a broken marriage where I was so hurt. And now I'm looking for a man to love me and to take care of me and, to replace the hurt that I am feeling. And by God's grace, I meet someone. And this someone loves me. And so he also comes. And maybe he had lost a wife. Maybe the wife died, or they also divorced, and he was left with the children. And so when we meet two broken people who are looking for love. And so we forget about, in most cases, we forget about
the children.
And we come and tell ourselves, yes, we can live together. We can love each other. We can start again. We can make the mistakes that we have made in the past and make this marriage work. But all of us, it's like when you are going to Mombasa and you have a luggage. When you go to the office, the first thing you write about is your luggage. So that when you get to Mombasa, if you don't get your bag, you have the receipt to show them and tell them, I had a luggage. Where did my luggage go? And if you don't register your luggage there, when you get to Mombasa and the luggage is not there, who will you tell?
How will you
claim it? So when we are coming to this blended marriage, number one, when we meet and I see that you have an interest on me, I declare my luggage. I have 2 kids. They are this age and this age. I don't know how you feel about someone who has kids.
Yes.
And the man also tells you, I have 2. My wife died, or my wife or we divorced, and she left the children. I have 2 kids. What do you feel about the kids? Before we discuss about our love, let us discuss about the children, so that we know, are we going to be able to walk together? And the mistake that people who are in blended families do is that they don't discuss about their children. Maybe they will discuss about it later, and I will tell you, I can take of your 2 children. Kwani 2 children ni nini? Nitawapenda. I will stay with them. It's okay. I will make them my children. I will be their daddy. And I also tell him, even yours, I will make them my children. And mnafikisha hapo. I am telling you, the moment you enter into that house, and then one of the children is indisciplined, and these other children are so disciplined, and now you have come with yours, and they are not disciplined enough. All the way you used to discipline them, what they call indiscipline is not what these ones call indiscipline. So you come and everything is chaotic. Now this father starts beating your children. Now you start beating his, because you want to leverage. And the house becomes chaotic. There should be boundaries should be put long before we get married. And I always tell people who are in blended family, don't make a mistake of entering into a blended family before you see a counselor. Because this marriage is not easy. And I am telling you it is not easy, Helen, to be in a blended family. Because this family needs a lot of energy. It needs a lot of love. It needs a lot of patience.
And wisdom.
And a lot of wisdom. So you need to have tips on what to do so that you can blend this family together. And most of the cases, you as the mother is the one who have a lot of duty to do. Because a man has gone. He has left you with children. Some of them are teenagers. They are not even listening. You are talking to them and they are asking you, you are talking to us as who? You're not our mother. So you should do these things before you get married. Let us sit down and discuss these issues of marriage. Now we have come. You have 2 children. Me, I have 3. What are we going to do with these children? Before we think about how we are going to do with ourselves, what are we going to do with these children? If we get married today, how are we going to discipline our children? How are we going to talk to them? How are we going to blend them together? And long before you get married, let these children meet. Watch and see whether they are going to mingle or they are going to, to get into each other. Watch from a distance. Take them somewhere and let them mingle. Put them on one table and watch them, how they are reacting towards one another. Because I always say, you as a woman, You will come out of your home and go to this man's home. These children have their own bedrooms, and now they are expected to share with their children. So the privacy is invaded. You will need to know what will happen. Let them go sleep there 1 day, 2 days before you get married and see what happens. Because these children will live together and they can even kill each other, let me tell you. They can poison each other.
No, you will not come and invade my privacy,
Yes,
and I
and
feel
you start using my towels.
Yeah.
And you start putting your clothes in my wardrobe. What do you mean? So you have to brand these families long before you stay together. Put things together. This is the way we will discipline. This is the way we will educate. This is the way we will take them out. This is what will happen when we get married, so that I know what to expect when I am entering in that house. How do you discipline your children? When they do this, what do you do? Me, I do like this. No, we will do this. We put neutral rules. And then we invite the children to hear the rules before we get married, so that they can hear this is what will happen when we start living together. Me, I will pay school fees for the children. You will do this. I will do this. I will do the other, and you will, long before we get married. And then we put these things into practice before, so that we see whether they are going to work. This way of being selfish and thinking about my happiness, it doesn't work, because your happiness will always be based on your children. So when you base your happiness on a man, and I base my happiness on a woman, and we leave the children out, they will give us problems that we have never seen. Because we will come to this marriage and they will start acting out. They will start being disobedient. They will start taking anything because they are telling you this is not working. So let us do it before we get into marriage. And then when we come to it, it will be very easy. Actually, there are braided families that are very good, and they are living very easy because they did that before they got married. Yes.
In the case where, say for example, the woman does not have children,
Yes.
but the man comes in with a kid or kids,
Mm.
and then now the man feels that when the woman punishes these kids, it's like anawaonea, she's being unfair to the kids. Now the woman is
Or the woman
tied.
met children in a man's house.
Yes. Now she feels tied down, that she cannot discipline because the man is too protective of the kid or the kids. And she feels like she's being restrained from disciplining the kids or taking care of the kids the way she would want to. Now, what of that case? Or where a woman pretends that I am in love with your kids because I'm in love with you, and she treats the kids very well, but after now getting into the marriage, she changes. Her true colors come out. She doesn't want to see the kids. She does not want to take care of them. She's very mean to them. What of that case?
Because they didn't do what we have just said. I always say that just like when we were getting married, Helen,
But you see, people can pretend. Even when they do that, they
that's
pretend.
where I'm coming from. Just like we were dating, when we used to date, those very many years ago, you never knew that a man can pretend that much. He can pretend to love you. He can pretend to do. Like me, I had just come from school when I got married. And so I was telling my husband, when I come in your house, you have to take me to college. And he was telling me, yeah, it will be the first thing I will do. I'll take you to college. So he doesn't have even the money to take me to college. But me, I'm very excited. He's going to take me to college. And actually, when I entered into the house, we went, looked for the college, and we had the papers. And I'm just waiting for him to pay. But he doesn't have money to take me to college. And so after that, it really hurt me so badly. And I was feeling, no, I was cheated. So I am saying things that we talk about before we get married, 90% of them are lies. You will know the true colors of a man wakati mumeingia kwa nyumba. Just step on him. That is now when you will know the true colors of him.
He turns purple.
He turns purple, he turns green or blue. Now you are wondering, this color, I have never seen it. So, and even the man, he will know the true color of the woman the moment you step on her. That is when he will call you names that you have never heard. So we all fake. So even in this of case of blended families, why do you think she's not going to fake? She's gonna fake. Because we are fake when we are dating. And that is why I am saying in this blended family, because it's a very serious affair, sit down. Make rules and regulations of what is going to happen. Stop saying you will love our children. Tell me what you are going to do for them. So that I know that you love them, and I agree you will love them. I have no issues with it. Tell me, what are you going to do for them? I will cook for them. I will clean their clothes. I will do this. I will prepare them to go to school. I will do this and this and this. Because now, when she doesn't do it, you will be able to ask her, do you remember when we sat there and you said you are going to cook for these children? Why are you not cooking for them? Let's put rules and regulations. Let's put boundaries before we enter into this blended family, because it is a serious affair and it really hurts the children. Because we say the children really want a daddy in their lives. Now you have brought children to have a daddy. Then after 1 year, mumeachana. It hurts them before, even more than before you had brought them here. And it distorts them completely. So it is good to know, let's put things in order before we get married. I have found children in this house. Let's sit them down. Me and the kids and you. And I always say, if the biological mother is alive, stop ignoring the mother of the child. No, because he's not dead. The mother is not dead. So this woman did not come to replace the mother. No.
Yeah.
And she can never replace the mother of the children. So it is good to let the children know this woman who has come has not come to replace your mother. But she's another woman in our lives to support you and to love you, because your mother does not live with us. So the children will love this lady because hajakuja ku replace mama yao. Yeah, let it be known from the beginning. She did not come here to replace your mom. She just came here to support you, to love you, just because mommy is not living with us. So because now the children have known you still regard their mother, they will love this woman. But the moment you bring her as a replacement to the mother, ile hostility atapata hujawaiona. And even when the mother is dead, let the children know that she cannot be replaced. She didn't come here to replace your mom. But now because your mom is gone, she is here to support us and to help us and to stand with us even as we go through the loss. They will love her 100%. But the moment she comes as a replacement, atapata hostility ile hajawaiona.
Now that we are here in the blended family, I have my kids, you have your kids, or we have children that we are bringing up. You are a step parent, or I am a step parent.
You're watching High Step TV.
Now, who is supposed to discipline the kids, or are we supposed to discipline the kid collectively, or what happens in terms of who is supposed to give discipline?
Discipline, yeah. When it comes to corporal discipline. Yeah, I always say, let the biological parent discipline the child first. The biological parent. If it is the father who is the biological parent of these children, when it comes to disciplining ya kuchapa, let him do it for the first time. Because you need to create a rapport with these children. And the moment you enter the house and start disciplining them, they will distance from you. So what you will do, every time they have done something wrong and the father is not there, just come and report when they are not there. Tell him when you are away, so-and-so did this and this and this and this. And I want you to talk to the child, or I want you to know how you're going to discipline the child. You be a friend of these children so that you become as close as possible. There is a time that you will come, even when you pinch, he will not take it seriously, because now you have become friends, you have bonded. Now he has taken you as your mother, as his mother. So, but before then, don't discipline. Let the biological parent do it. It is better that way. And in this family, we said we need a lot of patience. We need a lot of love. We need to love these children. We need to be really patient with them so that they can learn you also. Because all of us are learning each other. The children are learning you, you are learning them. Stop entering there with a lot of hostility. Alifanya hivi umemchuna, umefanya hivi umemchapa. Huyo mtoto at a distance completely to you. So just make sure that you give yourself time to learn them, give yourself time to love on them and to bond with them. And you can even, I always say, if these children are not yours, give yourself time to go out with them. Just listen to them. Just talk to them. Bond. Tell them, since I came home, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? How am I treating you? How do you like the way we are living with you? Bond with them. Slowly by slowly. Enter into their lives. So
Make a relationship.
So that when you are in their lives, now even when you discipline, they will not feel it. They will see it's just a map. She loves it. She had taken us out yesterday. She bought me a shoe yesterday. Takama amenichuna. Sio kunichukia.
What in the case where the biological parent is the mother? And now the person who is the step is the dad.
Same thing should happen. He should not come in and start beating the children and disciplining them. They will hate him. And in case of a mother, most of the children know their dad. So when you come in and start disciplining these children, they will hate you completely. And they will always compare you with their former father. They will compare you always. So first of all, as I am saying, create a bond. Take these children, go out with them as the father. Tell the mother to stay behind. I am going out with the children. Go with them, talk with them, ask them, since I came into your lives, how is life? How are you finding me? Am I satisfying to you? Do I look like a father to you? Do you love me as a dad? Get to know their heart and their mind, because when children are happy, they speak out. Listen to them, bond with them, love them, so that when you have a relationship, now you can discipline. But before then, don't discipline. Don't.
So if you're a step parent, you should bond with your kids first. Create a relationship with them. Not only step parents, but as a parent, create a relationship with your kids. Create a relationship, a loving bond, so that when you discipline them, they know why you're doing so, and they understand that you're doing it from a point of love. We're going on a short break, and when we come back, we're going to learn more about single parenting.
This is High Step Media Production.
Je, wewe ni msanii na ungependa kuchukua hatua kabambe katika kuboresha usanii wako? Je, wewe ni msanii mpya usiyejua utaanza vipi katika kufanikisha usanii wako? Je, wahitaji kufanywa video za harusi, matukio, dokumentari, au pia kutengenezewa filamu na kupigwa picha? High Step Media ina majibu kwa masuala haya yote kwa bei rahisi. Tutembelee pale Homeland au wasiliana nasi kwa njia ya simu kupitia nambari 0706299166. Karibu.
Kazi yao wanafanya ni kazi nzuri sana. Nimefurahia sana kazi ambao wanafanya.
Come High Step Media Production. You never know, you can be a star of tomorrow.
Step Media, kwanza wana upendo, ni wakarimu sana. Na kama ni wakarimu, ndio maana tumefika hapa tumefika.
Welcome back to the show. I am really loving the show. I'm really getting insights on how to parent, of course, because I'm a parent, and I got you because you're also a parent. And I am so glad that we have our guest today. Shed a lot of light on parenting, on step parenting, and also on ways we can bring up our kids and also insulate them from the global influence. Karibu sana, Elizabeth. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
I'm loving your content.
Amen.
And I'm learning so much.
Yes.
Because I want to bring, and I believe also our viewers would want to bring their kids the best way possible, without babying them, kababa and kamama, and spoiling them. We want them to be very positive individuals in the near future.
It's true, and buying sweets, and tomorrow you go to the dentist.
Yes. Now, before now we get into single parenting, I would want to understand, how comes that pastors, reverends, bishops, they're the people that we run to when our kids misbehave,
Yeah.
when our kids are not doing right.
Yes.
The people who guide us and counsel our kids. How is it that sometimes you find that their kids are the ones that are spoiled, are the ones that are going the wrong direction? What happens?
Oh my God, this is a difficult question, Helen, because I love my pastors. And my pastor could be watching when I'm talking about this. And I love them so much, and I really respect them. I have so much respect for the men of God. But there's a time I did a show on pastors' wives, and I was sharing the problems that the pastors' wives go through. And one of the problems that they have is parenting issues. Because we really highly look up to them on the parenting.
We have expectations.
We want to look at their children as angels. We don't want to look their children as though they are like our children. We think they are angels. They go to heaven and come in the morning, and this is the way we value the pastor's kids. And so we look up to them. We want them to be good children. We want them to have moral values. We want them to be number one in school. We want them to do well and go to the university, all those kind of things. But we need to understand that pastors' wives and the pastors' families are just families like any other. They undergo things that we undergo through. They fight the way we fight. All those things that happens in families, they happen in pastors' wife. The only good thing and maybe better thing about them is that maybe they could have an easier way of solving their problems, because now everybody is looking up to them. So they need to solve their problems in a bit sober manner. So they sit down maybe and tell each other, you know, the church is looking on us. So we have to be very careful. So maybe they solve their problems in a maybe an easier manner than us, but they go through all those issues that we go through in marriage, because they are human beings just like we are. And these pastors' wives that we look up to and we hold very highly, and we want them to behave like they are not normal human beings, they are wives like us. They go through things. Their husbands come late as the hours do. The only difference is they come late from the church. But the fact remains, being late is being late. They have no time for their families, just like the other men who do not have time for their family. The only difference is that they don't have time because they are involved in church. It's the only difference. But not being there, whether you are in the church or whether you are in the club, is the same thing to the children. They are not seeing you. You are not there for them. And so this is what happens to the pastor's children. The pastors get so involved in the church until they forget their families. They are so involved. They have meetings from Monday to Friday. Sijui they are traveling abroad. Sijui they have been called to preach where. They get so involved with us, the church members. They forget their own families. At the moment he comes to realize that he left the family, the children have already grown and they have started acting out. When they start acting out, that is now he comes back to his senses. He can't remember the last time he sat down with the child and they had a conversation. He can't remember the last time he disciplined his own child because he has not been there. And so the wife keeps on, telling them, and they have no one to talk to. I was saying, pastor's wife have no one to talk to, because who will they tell? They don't want to talk about the pastor. Because now they are killing the church. They don't want to tell their sharing this because they are discussing the pastor, the man of the house. How can they do that? So they keep quiet with their issues. The pastor did this to me, but who will I tell? The pastor came at night, who will I tell? The pastor has an affair, who will I tell? So this woman stays in a very bad corner. She's cornered in a place where she can't talk to anyone. She has no friends. Because the friends that she has ni wale wa Bwana asifiwe, lakini si wale wa roho. There are those friends that you share your hearts with. She doesn't have. because she will not share her heart out with who. She has to be very careful for the for the church. So they go through those difficult situations.
Yet they are the ones bringing up the children.
And they are the ones who have been left with the kids. Now you can see this woman who has been cornered, and she's expected to discipline and to bring up the child by her. By the way, do you know pastor's wife bring up the children alone? And you would think that the pastor is there for the children. He's not, because he has been carried away by the church, and he is doing a good job, and he is working for God. But as he works, he must remember that he is a parent. He must remember that he is a husband. So he must create time for the family, for the wife, for the children, and even for the Ranja family, so that they will see him and know that even being a pastor outside there, be a pastor in your own home. Who pastors the children of the pastor? Who pastors the family? No one. So this is what I'm saying. These children face a lot of difficulties because, like the absent fathers that we are saying, some of the pastors are also absent fathers. They are not at home. And so they think because they are doing the work of God, that their family will not have issues. It will have issues more than the families of the members of the church. So they should be very careful, create time for your children, listen to their children. You are the one who is a pastor, your children are not pastors. You see, even the problem with pastors is, when I am a pastor, I want my children to be pastors too. No. And if they don't want to be pastors, if they are not called to be pastors, they want to be engineers, they want to be whatever else they want to become, release them to become what they want to become. You are the one who is a pastor here. Even your wife is not a pastor. Because there is this notion, because I am a pastor, my wife should also go to theology. She doesn't want to be a pastor. So don't...
Or she's not even called.
She's not called and she doesn't want. Let her be what she wants to be. She wants to be a fashion and design person. Let her be. She wants to be a business woman. Let her be. And let her support you in the ministry the way she is. Stop forcing her to go to theology. Stop forcing her to read the ministry of women. She doesn't want to read. Select a woman who is going to read that. She doesn't want. Let her be what she wants to be, and she will support you fully in the ministry as she becomes what she wants to become. Take care of your children and let them be also. Stop forcing them to be pastors. They don't want to be pastors. Ask them what they want to become and support them to become what they want to become. Yes.
Now that we are there, how do we balance work and family?
Work and family. And this is a challenge to all of us. A great challenge because of, number one, the way things have become hard. And we want to work. All of us, we want to work. You know, sometimes back, women never used to work. They stayed home with the children, took care of the children, and the men went to work. But things have changed. Life is very hard. One person cannot work alone because we need to meet the bills. So we work, both of us. But even as we work, let us not forget that we have a family and we have kids that are waiting for us at home. If we are very busy, let us create a family day. And let us put it in our calendar that Friday or Saturday is our family day. Put your things on hold. I put mine on hold, and Saturday we spend the whole day with our children. We take them out. We want to know what they think. We want to know how they think about our working the whole week and coming. Maybe we get home at 8 when they are sleeping or when they have already done their homework. Let us listen to them and hear what they think about that. It's good to listen to our children. You see, we want to be the hands, and we are the hands, yes, but we want to tell our children what to do in each and everything. No, they have their opinions, and let us listen to them. It's always good to ask your children, how do you feel about my parenting? Because they also have other ideas from other parents. You will be surprised. Atakwambia, mama ya so and so is better than you. You will want to know in what way. Is that parent better than me? Is there something that the mother is doing that you're not doing, and your child feels that that is a better mother than you? So it's good also to listen to our kids Listen to them. Sit down and them and talk to them and listen to what they think and what they feel. It is very important. So make a date with your children when if you because we are busy, and I agree that sometimes there is nothing we can do about these issues. Some of the fathers work far. If you are a father who works far away from home, when you come home, it's not time to meet friends. It's time to be with your family.
Or be on WhatsApp and
Or
Facebook.
be on WhatsApp and Facebook and meeting friends and coming home at 2 because you have not been around. It's time for your family. It's time to learn about your children, what they think about you working far, what they feel. Are you giving them enough when you come? Talk to them, be with the children. It's time to be with your family and your wife so that you can be there for them. And I always say there is being there, there is being present, and there is being present emotionally. You might be far, but you are emotionally present. When you are working far, calling home, talking to your children every night, asking them how they are feeling, how you spend the day today, what happened in school, you are present emotionally. You make your child to feel your presence even when you are away. So even when you are away and you are working far away from home as a father, make sure that you have that emotional presence. Talk to your child every evening. Usilale kama hujaongea na wao. Talk to them, ask them how the day was, how was the teachers, how you did your homework. Read for me one of the maths that gave you a hard time. You show the child on the phone, and you know you are there emotionally. That child will see like you are just around. And when you come home, be there for your children. As we work, let us remember that we are mothers and fathers, and these children need our presence. Yes.
Now, single parenting.
Yes.
At the rate at which women are raising kids alone, it's very alarming. And statistics, if you've looked at them, skyrocketing from 5 years back to now. It's going up every day. Now, as a single parent, how now do you are you able to raise the child in a godly way, with good morals, without the presence of either the mother or the father?
I want to salute the single mothers, Helen, because it's not easy to bring up children alone as a mother. And especially when they get to teenage, when they are looking for identity, it's not easy. And I want to salute them for the good work that they are doing. But I want again to tell them that it is important, if it is possible, for a child to grow with a father. There is something that a father gives that a mother cannot give. And our God is not confused, Helen. God is never confused. When he created marriage for two people, he knew what he was doing. He knew there is a role of a father and there is a role of a mother, and you cannot do the two. But now, because they have tried to do the two, that's why I said I want to salute them. But I want to tell them that it is important to have a father figure in a child's life. And so if you are a single mother, identify a person. Whether it's the uncle that you trust, whether it is the pastor that you trust, whether it is a friend that you trust, and give your child a father figure in his life to walk with him, especially in teenage. Because when a child attains the teenage, the child wants a father figure in his life. He wants to identify. And that is when they come back to you and ask you, I want to know who is my dad. Because this is the time he wants to identify himself with the father. So he will come back to you and tell him, mimi nionyeshe dadi yangu. And I always tell the parents, show him the father. If the father is alive, let the child know the father. It is important. There is a time that he needs the father care. Not even really to provide, but just to be there for him so that he knows there is a place that he came from. And those children that are denied the access of their father, in most cases, they act out so badly. At that teenage, you will talk to the child, he can't hear you. So if the father is not there, identify a father figure that you will give the child. A person whom he can relate to, whom he can ask the questions he wants to ask a father, whom he can call when he feels he wants to talk to a man figure. Identify someone and introduce that someone to your child, because he needs a father figure in his life. So I want to tell the single parents that that is number one. Your child needs to have a father figure in his life, not to provide, because you will talk to a single mother and she will tell you, what doesn't I give to my son? I give him everything. He's lacking nothing. I give him education, good education. I buy him clothes. He's in a good house. I don't know what. As I said before, children do not identify with properties and with those goodies that you give them. They identify with love. Children just want love. Hakuna kitu ingine wanahitaji. And there is a time that they want the father's love. And you cannot give it. As much as you love that boy, you cannot give him the father's love. That's why I'm saying, if you cannot access the father, just give that boy a father figure, a person that he can relate to.
So our single friends, I believe that on this channel, by the way, we have a lot of single parents.
Yes.
And some are single by choice.
Yes.
So we are not forcing you to go into a relationship that you're not willing. We are just saying, find a father figure for your child. It might be your brother, it might be your cousin, it might be an uncle.
A person you trust.
Someone that you trust. Yes, that is very important.
Yeah, trust.
Because even in our families and all that, there are pedophiles.
Yes.
They come from families. So make sure that it's someone that you trust and you know their moral values, so that they don't go putting some illicit knowledge in your child's heart.
Yeah.
So find a father figure for your child, and it's really going to help.
It is. I have a nephew of mine, and he's only 5 years old. And one day he woke up and asked the mother, "Mom, who is my dad?" 5 years. And the mother told him, is another man, but he went abroad. When will he come? The mother told him, I don't know when he will come, but he will come. When he comes, I want to see him. I want to talk to him. And then a 5-year-old, you are wondering, what do you want to tell him? So the mother asked the boy, what do you want to tell him when he comes? You know, if he was here, he would be helping me with doing homework of maths. And then the mother told the boy, I know maths. So you asked me. No, I wanted him to help me. So you can see, this boy is suffering silently. And the girl provides everything for that boy. He's in a good school, they are staying well, they have everything. But that boy still feels, I want a father like so-and-so, because all the boys in school are bragging about their dads. So he feels like now, when you hear him talk like that, maybe the other boy, friend of his, was helped to do homework by the father. And he feels, if dad was here, he would have helped me doing maths, doing maths. So I was telling the mother, because the father is around, you know, at one point you need to introduce that boy to the father.
Yeah, and I want to ask you that now. Where parents have separated, the wife and the husband have separated, and now the woman has gone with the kid, because that is what happens mostly, that the woman goes with the kids.
Yes.
So the kids know their father, but the woman is against now them meeting. Should it happen like that? Should they protect the kids from seeing their biological parents? Or
no, because the disagreement was between you and the father. It was not between the children and the father. They had no disagreements themselves. So why are you denying them their access to their father? It is important. If the father is there are some fathers that I see, they should be denied access, by the way, because there are fathers who, let's say the father is a drunkard.
toxic.
So this is a toxic relationship to the child. So there is a father that you will deny access. You say when the child grows up, he will choose whether he wants to be associated with his father or not. But there are fathers who are there. You disagreed on marriage basis. You just disagreed and were not compatible. This doesn't mean that the children should be involved in your fight. Stop involving them. Let the children and the father have their relationship, because this relationship is very important to the kids. This relationship of their father is very important to the kids. And I am happy about most of the mothers nowadays who are giving access of their children to the father. Come pick them during the weekend, go spend the weekend with them and bring them back. Let the children know the father and let them have a rapport with the father. It is very, at one point, you will realize how important this relationship is to the kids. Yeah.
Okay. So there should be no denial when either the parent is willing or not. What of the parents that are not willing?
If they're not willing, just leave them, because now they will stress the children. You know, there are those who are forced by the court. He will pick the children, go with them, and he will harass them. There's no need. There's no need. But as we are saying, if he's not willing, look for a father figure for the kids. Yeah.
So what is the importance of that? What is the importance of a father
in the lives of a kid?
In the lives of
and
a
we
child.
said as we were starting the Nene that a father gives security, both emotional and physical security. Physical security in that the child feels secure, and that is why he will ask for his dad so badly, because the children in school will keep on saying about the security. Their father, our father is very strong. Our father, so a father is a symbol of both emotional and physical security to a child. A child feels secure. He is a symbol. If a father stands well in a family and provides security, that we are saying both emotional and physical, in that he provides, he takes care of his children, he is there for them, to listen for them, to them, and even to attend to school meetings. If you ask your child if he wants you to go, or the father, he will say the father, because he wants to brag around to the other children about the father. Because number one, he provides. Number two, he provides. He gives him security. So this child is so secure, and he wants the other children to see their muscle man. So the father who stands well in the family provides the children with a very high self-esteem, and that is what I was saying. The children who grow in healthy families where they don't fight, because where parents do not fight, where the father do not harass everyone in the house, they have a very high self-esteem. They are the children you see acting. They are the children you see doing poems. They are those children who with very high self-esteem, because they have grown with a lot of security. And so, number one, a father is a symbol of security in the family. And I didn't say all, because I am not ignorant that there are those fathers who don't do anything in the house, and there are women who provide and they pay house rent and pay school fees, and the father is still there. And do you know why that woman doesn't throw that man out of the house? Because he knows the importance of that father to the kids. To the kids, he provides a father figure in that house. And you know, my mother kept on saying that when you have a man in your life, nobody will touch you. Nobody prays along with you, because everyone goes to talk to you and I say, why you need to be so and so. So you have a security of a kind.
And some sort of respect.
Yes. So our mom was telling us, if you went to my mom and start complaining about your husband, he will tell you, do you know that man is your security? He provides security for you. So as we are saying, yeah, it is that security of the family, and the children inside there, they feel so secure. That is number one importance of a man in the family, and very, very, very important. The most important point is that one. So he might not be providing the way you want, but you don't know what his presence does in that house. It makes that house so secure for your kids and for you too. Yeah.
All right. I want us to, I know you are in the best position to answer these questions. This is some questions from our viewers who sent before you came to the show. Some are related to marriage life, and some on parenting. So first we start with the parenting ones, and then we finish up with the marriage ones. There's one who is saying, my parents share my embarrassing moments to my relatives and always compare me to my cousins that they think are better than me. What should I do?
Oh my goodness, the parents should do.
Stephanie.
I'm sorry, Stephanie, for what you're going through, and the parents should know that there is no, at any one point, you should compare your children, even your own children. You should not compare them. Children are born different. Children have different personalities. Children have different gifts. Children have different strengths. So you should not compare. If he's not good at this, he's good at the other. So don't compare. You will have your children, two will have the degrees, one will not even go to the secondary school. They are your children. Where will you take them? So you have to identify what is he good at. If he didn't go to the university, he must be good at something. Empower what he is good at. Stop telling him you must go to the university like your sisters. They have graduated. Now you can see you are not doing anything. No, stop comparing children. It is very wrong, Stephanie, for your parents to compare you with anyone. You are unique. You are made in a unique way. You are unique. You are strong in something that I don't know what it is. But what I would encourage you is identify what you are strong in.
Yes.
Do it and challenge your parents that you can do this best and not what the cousins are doing. Just identify what you are best in and do it and challenge your parents. Yeah.
Yes, the next question is from, my dad scolded me big time during my childhood, and many years later I still haven't forgotten. As a result, I am cold towards him. Yes, he tries to maintain a relationship, but I am just unable to feel a connection. Please help me.
You know, Helen, about scolding, he didn't say why he was being scolded, and maybe he did it overboard, but what I want him to know is that he did it for good. He had good intentions for the child. He wanted him to be calm. He had no bad intentions. And what kills us is the negativity in our lives. If we would leave the negativity and live the positive way, we will go far, because we will not look at everything in a negative manner. Don't look at the scolding in a negative manner. Look it in a positive way, that dad wanted me to be good. Dad wanted me to be calm. You are what you became maybe because of that scolding. If he didn't scold you, maybe you would have become something else. So look at it in a positive manner and stop blaming your dad, because he did how he knew better to bring up children. Maybe if it is today, he would have done it differently. But now that you have grown, stop putting all your life on negativity. Change and start being positive, and look at your dad from a positive point of view, that he has brought you up, that he has paid school fees for you, that he has made you be who you are today. And when you count on the good thing, and the only bad thing is one, ya kuku scored, then you are supposed to forget it and love your daddy. Yeah.
Okay. Someone says, another toxic trait of a parent is when they are more concerned on what others might say rather than listening to their children's explanation.
Yeah, that's very true. Because at one point when your child is not doing well, you tend to think, what will my neighbors say? If they see him smoking, banging, what will they say? If they see him now walking with so-and-so people who are not good, what will they say? You care so much about what people will say rather than addressing the issue that is there. And I would want to talk to the parents and tell them, if your child is smoking baki, you should know he's not the only one. There are so many people who are addressing the issue of banging in this country, or drugs for that matter, or alcohol. Stop looking at your child like he's the only one. Now start addressing the issue. If the issue is alcohol, what am I going to do about this alcohol? If the issue is that he's not performing in school, what am I supposed to do about the issue? Stop thinking about what people will say. They can say whatever they want to say, but address the issue. take to the children where he need, to the child where he needs to help, so that he can be helped. Stop thinking about what people will say. Think about the issue that is there and how you can address it and how you can help your child. Yeah.
What of the cases where a child is very honest with you? You ask them, why did you do this? And then they explain to you, I did this because of this and this and this. And then you overreact. Then the next time you ask them, why did you do this? What happened? And they explain, and you overreact. And they now get a defense mechanism where when you ask, they will lie.
Yeah. Stop overreacting, parents. And I always tell them that even when they come to ask for counseling. Stop overreacting. First of all, deal with yourself, because if you see an overreacting parent, there are things that are inside her that he has not been able to deal with. Either he's bitter about the father, he's bitter about the in-laws, she's bitter about something. So when a child comes now with this issue like this, she blows out of proportion. Stop transferring your problems to your children. Deal with yourself first. That issue that is disturbing you, that is inside you, deal with it first, so that now you can be able to address the problems of your children. Most of the times when we overreact, we are not overreacting because of this. We are overreacting because of other things that happened. And now this is a constant reminder of what happened. So stop overreacting on your children because of the things that their father did, because of the things your mother-in-law said, because of the things your in-law did. Stop it. Stop transferring your problems to your children. Deal with yourself first. When you are able to deal with your issues, now you can go and deal with the issues of your children. When your child tells you something, don't deal with it here and now. Just tell the child, I have heard. We will talk tomorrow. So that you can cool down, sober up, think about the issue, and then you can address it in a sober manner. Yeah.
Okay. All right. There was a viewer last week who asked a very important question on marriage. And she asked, now that there are divorces here, now and then, and there are cases of people killing each other, people who are so in love, people who are bringing up children together, and cases of divorce and feeling that this is not the right marriage for me. Would God really allow you to marry wrong?
No, God will not allow you to marry wrong, but you allow yourself to marry wrong. Because you don't seek God. You see, every time a child goes to the parents to ask for marriage, like I have a girl who is married, and when she came to tell me that she wants to get married, I told her, Mommy, so we seek God first. What is the name of that boy? Because I felt like we want to seek God. But what God are you seeking? We've talked, we've agreed. This is the man that I want. It is about what I want and who I want. It's not about God. I mean, God has given me the knowledge to go and meet a person. What are you consulting? And this is what I'm saying. Because we don't consult God, that is when we marry wrong. Because we take ourselves to wrong marriages. God does not take us to wrong marriages. Exactly. We take ourselves to wrong marriages. And I always say, it's not that you don't see red flags. You see them and ignore them. A man who will beat you, at one point of your courting, he has shouted to you. Or he has done like he wanted to slap you, and then he remembered. So if you see those red flags, he will slap you eventually. And I always say, these red flags come. We see them. A man who will not provide, he does not start when you go to the house. You will go for an outing, he will tell you to pay the bill. He will tell you, baby, I don't have money, just pay the bill. And then innocently you will pay because you take it as he has said. Tomorrow you will go somewhere, he will tell you to pay. You will take it easily and pay. That man will not provide, I am telling you. These red flags, we see them when we are courting and we ignore them. This is why I am saying we take ourselves to the wrong marriage. God does not allow us to go there. But you insist, this is the man I want, this is what I want, and you take yourself. And God watches, knowing that he marriage, haitarasta tamwaka.
And he lets you now.
And he lets you.
Do
So,
your will.
yes.
Yes. And wakati kimeumana, you go back to God saying, why did you?
How many people go to counseling before they get married? How many?
Very few.
Because when you go to counseling, the things that you will know zitakufanya ukienda nyumbani ufikirie acha to court for another 6 months. I need to know this man better.
True.
So it is good, and I always encourage young people who are getting into marriage, make sure that you go for counseling. Not in church. Go for counseling ya kanisa, hiyo mnapewa kanisa. But then go and see a counselor. A professional
yes.
counselor. Marriage counselor who will counsel you on marriage. So that before you decide this is what I want, she will have walked with you. You will know the weaknesses of this man, and you will know, do I want to go on with this relationship? You will know the weaknesses of the girl. Do I want to continue? You will know what she does with this money or what he does with this money, and what you want to do with the monies when you come together. And then you will think, do I want to continue with this relationship or not? But now, because we don't go through all this, we go and realize this is not what I want when I am already in the house. Yes.
Wow. Okay. Now, we cannot conclude this show before you answer this question for us.
Yes.
One of our viewers asked that she was raised by a step parent. The father was a step parent, yes. And she saw how much the father hurt the mother and humiliated the mother. Now she has a child, but she's not willing to get married. She meets men and they're interested in marrying her, but when she remembers how the mother was treated and how she was treated, she feels that she does not want to be in that
married.
Yes.
Yeah. And I understand her completely. And I want to tell her that all men are not like his stepfather. They are not. All men are not the same.
Yes.
And stop thinking that you will meet one who is like your stepfather, because this will draw you back all the time, and you will not be able to move on. Just tell yourself that you can meet a person who is better than your stepfather. And now that we have enlightened you, that you need to put things in place before you get married. Because this maybe is the mistake that your mother did. They didn't talk about it before they got married. And because maybe she had come from a hurting relationship, and she saw this man and thought that now that he can help me take care of the kid and all this, akakimbia. Don't rush. Now you have known that when we come to a blended family, you need to make things straight before you get married. This is what will happen to the child. You will take care of my child in this way and in this way and this way. This is the way we will discipline the child. This is the way we will pay the house. This is the way we will pay the school fees. We put things in place before we get married. And then we continue to go and get married. And believe you me, they are good men outside there. They're there. They're there, and God will bring one your way. It's only that you need to do things right. Yeah.
Elizabeth, you're such an inspiration.
I thank
And
God.
we are so blessed to have you on the show today.
Amen.
And of course, I know our viewers would want to know how they can get in touch with you.
Yeah.
So kindly tell them how they can get in touch.
Yeah, I said my name is Liz Wanjohi. And on Facebook, I call myself Elizabeth Wanjohi. You can just go there and support me on Facebook. I'm not yet on YouTube, but I'm getting there very soon. And if you need my help and if you need to talk to me, just call me. We will organize how I will meet you, and we will meet and talk. And don't give up just yet. We can try and save that marriage. Yes.
You'll give them your number?
My number is 0722 768 156. 0722 768 156. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you for being on this show. And we're looking forward to having you again and again.
Amen.
Because your content and your inspiration, we would like that. Thank you so much for being part of this show. And I believe that you've learned a lot on the show. Please, kindly, subscribe to our channel. Also reach us through our social media handles so that we get to know that you're loving this content, and that will encourage us to prepare more content and to bring you much more because of your support. And of course, reach us when you need video coverage on your wedding, on your shows, on your birthday parties. And also we have a recording studio for you who is willing to do music. Come and record with us. Be part of this growing family. Thank you so much. God bless you. Until next time. Ciao.
This is High Step Media Production.
Je, wewe ni msanii na ungependa kuchukua hatua kabambe katika kuboresha usanii wako? Je, wewe ni msanii mpya usiyejua utaanza vipi katika kufanikisha usanii wako? Je, wahitaji kufanyiwa video za harusi, matukio, dokumentari, au pia kutengenezewa filamu na kupigwa picha? High Step Media ina majibu kwa masuala haya yote kwa bei rahisi. Tutembelee pale Homeland au wasiliana nasi kwa njia ya simu kupitia nambari 0706299166. Karibu.
Kazi yao wanafanya ni kazi nzuri sana. Nimefurahia sana kazi ambao wanafanya.
Come High Step Media Production. You never know, you can be a star of tomorrow.
Step Media kwanza wana upendo, ni wakarimu sana. Na kama ni wakarimu ndio maana tumefika hapa tumefika.
Are you married or you're dating? Do you even have plans of ever getting married? Or you are single by choice? Join me, Helen Kibali, on The Bond Show every Saturday at 2 p.m. on YouTube channel High Step TV as we dive deep into matters relationships, marriage and parenting, and how these bonds affect our relationship with God. Let us learn together on ways we can improve and build strong, healthy relationships in the right foundation.
The Bond Show. Beautiful people, godly bonds.